Sorry. I have a candy in my mouth. I might have to re-record this, but yeah. Hold on. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Katie and this is my channel, Katie Does Travel. I am a solo female backpacker in her 30s, here to show that solo travel can be fun and meaningful no matter your age. So be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and follow me on my social media channels to follow my travels in real time. So I just arrived at my Airbnb here in country number 30, which is Estonia. So I am currently in the city of Tartu for a few nights. Excuse me. I'm here in Tartu for a few nights until I head then up to Tallinn for 4 nights there. So I'm 3 nights here, 4 nights there, and then I head to Helsinki and then to London. So this trip is, I think I mentioned it in the last video, but it is kind of coming to an end, but I still have about 3 weeks or so. So I'm definitely trying to make the most of my time, but Tartu is definitely a little bit more of a quieter town here in the Baltics, but it is very much an education hub. There's a lot of students here, but I am kind of, like I said, I'm here for 3 nights. It is like maybe noon now or just after noon. I got the 7:30 a.m. bus willingly. It was either that or 12:45 or so, and I didn't want to wait that long. So this non-morning girl booked the really early bus. But it was nice because at the same time, my the hostel I was in Riga, I didn't have anyone in my dorm last night. It was just me, so I kind of got a private for the cost of a dorm, but I also didn't have to worry about like tiptoeing out. I could like turn the light on and everything. But anyway, I'm digressing. But yeah, so Tartu, it's a little bit calmer. It's also the off season because it is November when I'm recording this. So I am definitely going to be focusing on doing some stuff here, but then also just trying to get a lot of work done. So the first part of this vlog might be a little bit less like go because I will be working, but that's kind of why I got the Airbnb. So I could focus, because I just focus a lot better at an Airbnb in my own space compared to like a hostel, even like a hostel dorm. So I have a lot I want to do today work-wise, but I do want to walk around and explore a bit. I need to get groceries, etc. But I am going to unpack now, and then we'll come up with a plan for today in the next few days, and we will explore Estonia. I'm really excited to be here, and as my friend just pointed out, I'm texting with him. This is my dirty 30 country, so I'm not sure how crazy it's going to be, but yeah, so this is 30. I can't believe it. I mean, in some ways, maybe I should have been to more countries with how much I kind of do travel, but at the same time, I find more value in spending some time in places versus like just like taking a few days in each place. Although Riga, I was only there for like 4 or 5 days, or I was there for 5 days, but I didn't go explore any other cities. But I definitely want to go back to Riga and to Latvia in general. Anyway, okay, it is about 4 minutes of me rambling here. I'm gonna go, and I will check in with you all later. But welcome. This is the Airbnb. This is my digs. Hopefully I didn't make you too dizzy there, and we're gonna have a fun week here in Estonia. Okay, so I've unpacked a little bit. I can give you a quick little tour of kind of like how I settle into specifically an Airbnb, because it's definitely different, I think, for obvious reasons. When you have your own space and you're unpacking. Is that an IKEA? Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I was very, anyway, yeah, I think it's very different for obvious reasons. Unpacking at a space that's your own, like a Airbnb or even a hotel, kind of maybe a private hostel room versus like a dorm. So let me show you real quick. I'll flip you around. So it's also a little Airbnb tour. So this is the entranceway. Sorry, the lighting's not great, but you can't wear shoes in the house. I have house slippers though, so I think I'm okay. They don't go outside, but I have my coats here. And then you have this lovely mirror. Hello. And then you have the bathroom. So I just hung my toiletries here, have my laundry stuff there. I'm going to do laundry tomorrow after I go for my run. And washcloths and all my vitamins and then just, you know, stuff. They have body wash, so I'm going to use that instead of mine so I can preserve mine. Although, let's see if it smells good. Yeah, smells fine. Okay, put my little freezer there. And then this is like the kitchen area. So my phone and my day bag. And I don't have a ton of groceries that I brought with me because I'm trying to, I knew I was going to be here. So I have some rice though, so I'll probably eat that while I'm here. And then when I get to Tallinn, I'll get something different. This should probably last me until I get to Tallinn as well. And then the only other thing I put in here is my apple from this morning because I didn't have a way to clean it, so I'll eat it later. My peanut butter that I dropped as soon as I took it out of the bag, so I will have to eat as much of that before I go to the next place, so I'm not going to be able to transport that. And then just a little bit of a chocolate bar. It's not that good, but yeah. And then, oh, I don't think I showed you the view outside. It is very gloomy. It's November in the Baltics, so I knew this, but it's still kind of a cute view. Definitely a quieter street. And then, yeah, I got the TV and such. And then the bedroom, this is where things are a little more chaotic, but like I brought my own pillowcase. Travel hack, bring your own pillowcase because it is nice, especially this is like a silk one. So it's better on my head, my hair. You know, my pajamas, compression socks, little bedside stuff. Don't mind the sticker. That's just that was the sticker for my luggage from the bus, and I want to put that in my travel stuff. So anyway, just some running stuff, and then yeah, electronics bag, whatever. I'm not really unpacking too much, just because I know that I'm only here for 3 nights. I have some errands to run today, and like I said, I just kind of want to walk around. I don't think I'm going to do anything too crazy today, because I am just like in the back of my head, I'm just like thinking I have so much work I gotta do. Good morning. So it is Wednesday, I think. I don't know. I think it's Wednesday. But I am today going to go out and explore for a bit. I got some work done last night, not as much as I wanted to. It just seems like things keep popping up, and I have other things that are very important to do, but they're not work related, like freelance work related. So the freelance stuff has to take precedence, but I have some actual really important stuff to do, like health insurance stuff. So anyway, I'm just a little stressed out, but like, it's like, I also want to go out and explore. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so today's plan, I changed it slightly. So today I'm going to go to the Science Museum because I wanted to stay closer to town. So I'm gonna walk around to a few places here, do the Science Museum, and then come back. So hopefully I can have a long time, like, I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours to do stuff tonight. And by 5-6, I meant 4 or 5. I just flipped it in my head. I'm not gonna be able to call the health insurance today, but I am hoping to do all the research and everything. So then tomorrow I can call in the afternoon, evening, that, or I call on Friday. So anyway, I also got to figure out my Tallinn accommodations tonight. I need to figure out Helsinki. I think I mentioned I booked something, but I don't know if it's going to work out. And I need to figure out some stuff for London. Oh, I'm like so stressed out. Maybe I should. No, I'm gonna go because I want to show something. But anyway, okay, so that's where I'm at for today. I'm gonna just quickly finish getting ready. One of the things I wanted to go to first actually doesn't open till noon, so it is 11:40 right now. So that timing wise, I should get there right when it opens. So anyway, that's the plan for today. Do a few things in town. I'm gonna try to do my souvenirs today too, just so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Every place I get a postcard for sure. And then every new country that I go to, I get a pin for my backpack, because I'm eventually gonna be putting my pins on my backpack. I also get an ornament for each new place. I just started doing this last year, where I started collecting magnets. So I get a magnet. Oh yeah, I also like to get like little like sweets or candies or whatever from each place to bring home. And then if anything else strikes me. So anyway, let's go. It's been 3.5 minutes of me rambling again. It's gonna be a long vlog of just me talking. Anyway, I will see you out there and let's go have a good day. Tartu is the second largest city in Estonia after Tallinn, and it is considered to be the education hub of the country. Tartu is also designated the European Capital of Culture in 2024, which was actually pretty cool when I was there because there were some signage and such, and there were events that you could go to. I think there weren't any going on when I was there, but they had various cultural and artistic events going on in this city, so it was really neat to see that. But on this day, I did walk around kind of the Old Town area just to kind of get the lay of the land. And then I went to the Science Center. And the Science Center was, I believe, is actually geared more towards children. But I really, really enjoyed this. I think I spent about 3 hours here, honestly. But there are various exhibits revolving around a variety of scientific topics, and the museum is very hands-on. So there's exhibits about like airflow and mirrors, those like little mazes. There's photography ones, and then there's also a huge room where there's all sorts of exhibits about how sound travels, how light travels, about your body and heartbeat and rhythm. And it was just a really, really cool museum. And honestly, again, like I said, I think it's geared more towards children, but I really recommend adults go check it out because I really had a fun time. And the museum is the perfect size. You can get it done in about 2 to 3 hours, so definitely go and check it out. It is 15 euros for students to get in. I actually believe I use a student discount, but it's also 20 euros for adults, but definitely worth the price. Good morning. So it is my second day here, second full day, I should say, here in Tartu, and I leave tomorrow. So I have a few things I want to do today. I want to go to the Estonian, I think it's called the Estonian National Museum. Let's look this up. I wrote it down. It is, drumroll, Estonian National Museum. So I'm going to go there, and then there's also a couple other things. Like I was like a park I want to go check out, but the weather, you can't really tell, but I can tell by looking at the sidewalk or the road, it is raining. So that is a little bit of a bummer, but it's not to be unexpected this time of year. But yes, I leave tomorrow to go to Tallinn, which is my final stop here in Estonia and in the Baltics. I did book my Airbnb finally. I was kind of going between a hostel and Airbnb, but truthfully, I'm just kind of tired of dorm rooms, although probably in Helsinki. I haven't rebooked that, but so I might have to stay where I'm at. It is dorm, but it's 3 people total, so we will see. I'm going to take a closer look at that this afternoon, but I'm going to head out now. It is about 10:45. I did let myself sleep in a little bit. And just have kind of had like a leisurely morning. I kind of folded some clothes I washed last night because they dried. And then was looking at like bus and train options to Tallinn. But yeah, I need to get my day going, so we're gonna go do that. I will take you along to the museum, and then hopefully the rain will stop so we can maybe go to the park. But I also need to I also need to grab a postcard from here. So anyway, that's what's on the agenda for today, and let's go have a fantastic day. So a really interesting and free thing to do in Tartu is to go look at the ruins of the cathedral. So construction began on this cathedral back in the 13th century and was completed at the beginning of the 16th century, but it did fall into ruin eventually. There are parts of the cathedral that are actually still not in ruin, but they're used by the University of Tartu for some of their administrative and academic buildings. But you can definitely just pop up and just check it out for a little bit, and definitely recommend it. The next thing I highly recommend you doing is to go to the Estonian National Museum. And this museum chronicles all the history of the country of Estonia. And what's really cool is on your ticket, you tell them your primary language, and then you wave your ticket in front of the various information placards, and it changes to your language. So obviously with me being an English speaker, I wanted English, and it was just really cool. I don't know, I just thought it was a really neat thing, something I wanted to highlight. But this museum, you can spend the entire day here. I did not. I spent a good, though, like 5 or 6 hours in here. But there are all sorts of exhibits. You can kind of pick and choose what interests you. They also have some rotating exhibits, but it's just really, really interesting. So worth the price of admission. And you just learn so much about the country, and it really just gave better insight into just the history, and really made me appreciate being here and learning more. So definitely go and check that out. Hello, I am now in Tallinn. I'm at my Airbnb. I decided to go the Airbnb route again just because I really need to get work done. I just find that I just focus better if I'm at an Airbnb, or if I'm like at a co-working hostel, which I just really haven't found a ton of them here in Europe. I think they're bigger in like Central America, and in some ways even in Australia. So yeah, so Airbnb, it wasn't any more expensive than if I did a private room at a hostel, which is what I was going to do anyway, because I'm kind of at that point in the trip where I just like don't want to be around people, or at least sleeping in the same room as people. So yeah, I'm here. It's kind of cute. I mean, some people complain that it feels like dungeon-like. I kind of like it. It's a vibe. I think it's a vibe. So anyway, I just got here. It is 3:15. Looking at the clock. I am going to unpack, and then I'm going to go to the grocery store. Yes, welcome to Tallinn. It's gonna be fun. Really, it's like I'm like in my third to final stop, because I have here, Helsinki, and then London, and that's it. So this trip is really coming to an end. I mean, I will say I'm gonna be in London for like a week and a half, but still, like, this trip is coming to an end. But yeah, so anyway, welcome. I'm gonna unpack, and then we'll go get some food, and we'll see what else we get up into this evening. Good afternoon, I guess. It is like noon. It is Saturday here in Tallinn, and I've been up for a bit, but I did get a little bit of a later start. But I went for a run, and it is like noon now, so it is, like I said, a little bit on the later side. Ooh, there's some light. I've just been I think it's because it's like towards the end of this trip. I've just been feeling really like lazy, but I am gonna go out and do some stuff. It tweets my back a little bit. But I've just been trying to decide what to do, and I'm also trying to decide if I want to go out tonight or not. I kind of almost just like don't, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see how I feel. But I think I'm gonna go into the town center just to walk around a bit. And then I might go to a museum. We'll see. It does close at 6 though, so I don't know. But anyway, that is what I'm up to today. We're gonna get the day going here, even though I have been up for a few hours just running and getting ready and etc. But anyway, that is what we're doing. Welcome to Tallinn. You've only seen the inside of this Airbnb, so let's get out. Let's see a little bit of the town, and let's have a great day. Tallinn is the capital and most populous city in Estonia, and it's only about 111 miles northwest of Tartu, so you can definitely get to it fairly easily. But on the first day, I walked around the Old Town area, which is actually listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's just really, really pretty, but very similar to also Tartu, just with the architecture. One thing I learned when I was in Tallinn is that it actually has the highest number of startup companies per person among all capitals in Europe. And it's actually the birthplace of companies such as Skype, which, rest in peace, and Wise. So pretty interesting. But definitely something you need to do is to go to the museum, the Seaplane Harbor, or the Maritime Museum, which opened in the spring of 2012. It's really interesting. You can actually go inside a submarine in there, but throughout the museum, there's various boats. There's a lot of recent technology, like videos and interviews, and it's just really, really interesting. So definitely recommend checking it out. I'm not the most let's go into a submarine type of person, but I really enjoyed it and would recommend it. But it is very popular, so definitely make sure you get your tickets early. Otherwise, there will be some queuing and lines that you have to wait for. The next day, I just kind of had a relaxing day. I walked back around the Old Town, just kind of took in a bit more of the architecture, and just had a really leisurely afternoon and early evening because the sun set at 4 o'clock. But definitely just so pretty to be here. Hello, so it is Monday. It is my last full day here in Tallinn. Tomorrow I head to Helsinki. This trip, I have 2 weeks left. I go home in 2 weeks, which is really weird. I've already been over here for 2 months. I feel like this trip has gone by probably the quickest out of all the trips. It was funny. I think the trip that felt the longest was the shortest, which is when I was in Panama and Costa Rica at the beginning of the year. But yeah, anyway, today I've just had an easy day. I like Tallinn. I don't feel like, maybe it's just the time of year I'm here, but I just don't feel like there's a ton to do here, or maybe I'm just burnt out on kind of old towns and castles, etc. But anyway, I just kind of let myself chill, sleep in this morning. I went for a run. I did a load of laundry. Now it's drying. It does have a washer dryer, but the dryer doesn't work very well. So I'm gonna let this stuff dry while I'm out, and then if anything's still damp, I'll just throw it in the dryer, cycle for a few times, and hopefully it can dry. But yes, anyway, today I think it's already almost 12:30, so definitely daylight is not going to be here much longer. But there's this creative city area, so I'm gonna go there, and there's also a photography museum. Sorry, this kind of Estonia vlog, I feel like it's kind of fallen flat. I have enjoyed my time, but again, because it is sort of the end of the trip, I do get kind of tired around the 2-month mark. And I think I think I did Australia okay, because halfway was around Adelaide, and so I didn't really feel like I had to do a ton in Adelaide. So anyway, I'm just rambling now, but yes, I am going to get going here, take you along with me, and then we'll wrap up this vlog. Kind of short. Well, it's been a lot more so of me talking, but anyway, okay, we're gonna go. Bye. So Tallinn is also known as being a pretty creative place with a lot of art and architecture. So definitely go over to the creative city area to see some of the various wall art. You can also see some of the handicrafts that are sold by local artists. So it's really nice to see that. I also went to the International Photo Museum in Tallinn. I guess after doing some research, they have other museums like this around the world, but the one in Tallinn is a place of photography, art, and just other modern art forms. And I'm not much of an art person, but I did really enjoy seeing all the modern art and the paintings here, so I definitely recommend it. They do have a guided tour too, but I just wasn't there at the right time for it, but definitely recommend checking it out. And the exhibits rotate, so what I saw back in November might not be there anymore, but definitely still recommend checking it out. But I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow my social media channels to follow my travels in real time. And as always, I'll catch you next time. And remember to wander far and wander often.